Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the grade 6 math. The lessons we're going to cover today are convert decimals to mixed numbers, what decimal number is illustrated, word names for decimal numbers, and decimal number lines. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 6 math. Let's just start with the lesson that is convert decimals to mixed numbers. How do you write 0.25 as a fraction? The first thing is you need to write it in fraction form. So with two digits right after the decimal point. So the zeros we have in the denominator must have two zeros, right? That is 25 over 100. So we need to divide it by the 25, so that is 1 by 4. Let's just start with the test question. How do you write 0.5 as a fraction? The first thing is you need to remove the decimal point. So we have only one digit after the decimal, so it must be 10 only. That is 5 divided by 10. So divided by the 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1 and 10 divided by 5 is 2. That is 1 over 2. That is 1 over 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. How do you write 0.2 as a fraction? 0.2, so it would be 2 over 10. So just divide it by the 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, 10 divided by 2 is 5. That is 1 by 5. That is 1 by 5. Option number 3 is the correct option. 1 by 5 it is. How do you write 0.25 as a fraction? So it would be 25 divided by 100. Divided by the 25. That is 1 over 4. That is 1 by 4. Option number. Very good. 3 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is how do you write 0.1 as a fraction? So which is the correct option? Very good. That is 1 over 10. Option number 3 is the correct option. How do you write 0.5 as a fraction? Very good. 1 by 2, it is option number 3 is the correct option. How do you write 0.525 as a fraction? So which is the correct option? Very good. That is 1 by 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is What decimal number is illustrated? Let's just start with the lesson. So let's just understand the model, right? We need to count the colored lines. We have basically the model has 100 small squares, right? So these two lines have 10 and 20 and 1, 2, 3. That is 23 out of 100 because out of the 123 are colored. So that is 23 by 100. Let's just start with the test questions. What decimal number is illustrated? Yes, that is 0.07 because out of the 100 only 7 of them are colored. So that is 0.07. What decimal number is illustrated? That is 82. 0.82. Option number 3 is the correct option. What decimal is illustrated? That is 0.6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. That is 0.51. Option number 2 is the correct option. What decimal number is illustrated? That is 0.87, not 88. What decimal number is illustrated? Yes, that is 0.1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself today. Let me just jump to next lesson. The next lesson is word names for decimal numbers. How do you write 0.4 in words? We have 400th, 4 10,000th, 4,000th, and 4 tenth. Let's just understand the place value chart. 0 is at the ones and 4 is at the 10th position, right? So we can write it as 4 tenth. So that is 4/10. Let's just start with the test questions. How do you write 0.8 in words? So 0 is at the ones position and 8 is at the 10th position. So it would be 8/10. Option number 4 is the correct option. It would be. That is 8/10. Option number 4 is the correct option. Write 400th as a decimal number. So which is the correct option? 4 must be at the 100th position. So it would be 0.04. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write 1/10 as a decimal. One-tenth, it would be 0.1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write 5900th as a decimal number. So which is the correct option? Write 5900th. It would be 0.59. Option number correct option. Fifty-nine, sorry, 6300th. Option number 1 is the correct option. How do you write 0.32 in words? So which is the correct option? Mm, That is 32 hundredth. Option number three is the correct option. Write 4/10 as a decimal. So which is the correct option? 4/10. It would be 0.4. Option number one is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Mm, That is decimal number lines. Let's just start with the test questions. So between 0 and 1, we have 10 small lines that represent the decimals between them, right? Find the value of x. So that is 1, 2, that is 0.2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Find the value of u. So which is the correct option? Zero point 0.1 it is, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. Find the value of u. That is 0.9. Option number 1 is the correct option. 0.8 it is option number 1 is the correct option. Find the value of u. That is 0.3. Option number 2 is the correct option. The number line goes from 0 to 1. So yes, v equals 0.3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Mm, 0.6. Where is 0.6? Find the value of t. That is 0.2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Find the value of a. That is 0.8. Option number 2 is the correct option. Find the value of b. That is 0.2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Find the value of w. That is 0.4. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 0.3. Okay, we are done with the lesson. So we were working on grade 6 math. Chapter we were working on is decimals. The lessons we have covered today are convert decimals to mixed numbers, what decimal number is illustrated, word names for decimal numbers, and decimal number lines. So please make sure before the next session you can complete practice questions for the lessons we just did. If you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Right here, you can write if you have any. So you can please like I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions?